The little toy shop was quiet. Toys slept soundly. Teddy bears snuggled. Dolls dreamed sweet dreams. Toy soldiers stood guard. High on a shelf sat Rosie. Rosie was a rag doll. She had button eyes and a big smile. Rosie loved playing with her friends. There was Captain Calico, the brave toy pirate. There was Geraldine, the graceful ballerina giraffe. And there was Barnaby, the adventurous toy train. Every night, they waited for the moon to rise. Captain Calico hopped down from the shelf. He had an idea. "We must find Rosie," he declared. Geraldine twirled anxiously. "But where do we look?" she asked. Barnaby's bell jingled as he shivered. "It's dark outside," he cried. Just then the wise old rocking horse spoke. He had seen it all from his corner. "A new box arrived today," he creaked. "Perhaps Rosie is trapped inside." The other toys gasped. They had to rescue their friend. Captain Calico, brave and bold, knew what to do. "We'll form a rescue team," he announced. As the clock struck 12, the toys came alive. Captain Calico drew his tiny sword. Geraldine stretched her long neck high. Barnaby chugged forward, ready to roll. Together, they tiptoed across the shop floor. The box was huge. It loomed over them like a mountain. Shadows danced on its cardboard walls. Inside, they could hear a faint sound. "Help!" a tiny voice called. It was Rosie. Captain Calico pointed his sword at the box. "Don't worry, Rosie, we're coming," he shouted. Geraldine stood on her tiptoes, her ribbon reaching high. "Hold on, Rosie, we'll get you out." Captain Calico, ever the strategist, surveyed the box. "We need a plan," he said, stroking his felt beard. He noticed a loose flap on the top. "Geraldine, my dear, could you reach that with your ribbon?" Geraldine, graceful as ever, stretched her long neck. Her ribbon, a bright pink, reached the flap and curled around it. "I've got it," she announced, her voice trembling with the effort. Barnaby, eager to help, puffed out his chest. "I'll pull," he cried. With a toot and a whistle, he reversed, pulling the ribbon taut. The flap began to open bit by bit. Peeking inside, the toys saw a jumble of packing peanuts. They looked like giant marshmallows. Rosie was buried beneath them, her button eyes wide with worry. "Oh, thank goodness you're here," she cried. Captain Calico, fearless leader that he was, jumped in first. He landed with a soft thud on the packing peanuts. "Don't you worry, Rosie, we'll have you out in a jiffy," he declared. Geraldine, ever graceful, lowered herself in using her ribbon. She landed beside Rosie, her hooves sinking into the packing peanuts. "Are you all right, dear Rosie?" she asked, her voice full of concern. The inside of the box was dark and dusty. Cobwebs hung from the corners like spooky decorations. Barnaby, his headlights shining brightly, chugged in to join the others. "This place is creepy," he whispered. "We have to find a way out," Rosie said, her voice trembling. The toys looked around for an escape route. Suddenly, Captain Calico spotted something. "Look!" he shouted, pointing his tiny sword at a small hole in the side of the box. "That must be our way out." The toys hurried towards the hole, their hearts pounding with excitement. The hole was small, but they could squeeze through. Captain Calico went first, using his sword to clear any obstacles. Geraldine followed, carefully folding her long legs. Barnaby, too big to fit, waited anxiously outside. "Hurry up!" he called, his voice muffled by the cardboard. "I hear someone coming!" With a final push, Rosie wriggled free. They tumbled out of the box, landing in a heap on the shop floor. Just in time! The shopkeeper was returning, his keys jingling. Safely back on their shelf, the toys huddled together. Rosie was overjoyed to be back with her friends. "Thank you for rescuing me," she cried, hugging them tightly. "It was a team effort," Captain Calico said with a smile. "We all played our part." Geraldine nodded in agreement. "And we learned that even though we're different, we're stronger together." Barnaby beamed, his bell jingling happily. "That was the most exciting adventure ever!" he exclaimed. The toys laughed, relieved and happy to be safe and sound. The toys settled down for the rest of the night. They had faced danger and emerged victorious. Their adventure had brought them even closer together. The little toy shop was no longer just a shop. It was their world, filled with friendship and excitement. As the first rays of dawn peeked through the window, the toys closed their eyes, exhausted but content. They had made it through the night, and they knew that no matter what challenges they faced, they would always have each other. The rocking horse, wise and knowing, watched over them. "Every night is an adventure when you're a toy," he creaked softly. And so it was, in the magical world of the little toy shop. And as the sun rose, painting the sky with hues of pink and orange, the toys knew that their adventures were far from over. They had tasted danger and excitement, and they couldn't wait for the next midnight escapade. For in the world of toys, anything was possible. Every night was a new opportunity for fun, friendship, and maybe even a little bit of mischief. And so they waited with bated breath and hearts full of anticipation for the moon to rise once more. The little toy shop held its breath, its secret safely guarded by the toys who called it home. And in the quiet stillness of the day, one could almost hear the echo of their laughter, a promise of more adventures to come.